Go.
Postpartum depression. They say babies are like suns that, in a magical way, bring warmth, happiness, and light into our lives. Do you all agree with that?
Yes.
But what if I tell you the opposite? That babies are like darkness, that in obscurity can cause a mother to become depressed. Isn't it ironic on how one of the most happiest and memorable life experience, which is giving childbirth, can bring depression in some moms? Okay, so today I will talk to you about what postpartum depression is, the signs and symptoms, and how can it be prevented or treated. So what is postpartum depression? Postpartum depression is a serious but treatable illness in which feelings of sadness, loss, anger, or frustration can interfere with everyday life. It can be caused by physical or emotional changes. Okay, so according to Parents Magazine, postpartum depression is the #1 complication of childbirth. Also, according to the CDC, 11 to 20% of women who give birth annually have signs and symptoms of postpartum depression. This can lead to 600,000 women annually. That is more compared to men and women who get tuberculosis, multiple sclerosis, epilepsy, lupus, but only 15% of the 600,000 women get professional help. It can be caused by physical changes because after childbirth, sudden drop in the hormones can affect the chemicals in the brain, which can lead to depression. Emotional changes can also cause PPD because the feeling of a loss of control can lead to or contribute to depression. What are the signs and symptoms of PPD? So these are exaggerated mood swings, lethargy, insomnia, change in appetite, panic attacks, excessive crying, anger towards the baby, partner, or other family members, withdrawing from family and friends, thoughts of harming yourself or the baby, or recurrent thoughts of death or suicide. It is important to remember that postpartum depression is different from postpartum blues and postpartum psychosis. Postpartum blues, although similar with the signs and symptoms of PPD, postpartum blues is milder and only lasts up to 2 weeks. Postpartum psychosis is severely rare, and this includes hallucinations and paranoia, which requires psychiatric hospitalization. So how can postpartum depression be prevented? It can be prevented by having a healthy lifestyle, because having a healthy lifestyle can reduce the negative effects of the sudden drop in hormones. High-risk women should also seek counseling during pregnancy and after childbirth. So who are considered high-risk women? Women who have history of postpartum depression or any other type of depression. Also women who have high life stress, such as those with financial troubles, unwanted pregnancies, or physical limitations. They need to seek counseling during pregnancy and after childbirth. But what if it cannot be prevented? It can still be treated with psychotherapy and antidepressants. Psychotherapy, women can talk to medical professionals or a loved one so they can develop positive ways of coping with their problems. Prescribed antidepressants can also be used to help with balancing their chemical changes in the brain to improve their appetite, mood, and concentration. So hopefully I was able to elaborate and we were able to learn about postpartum depression. I will leave you with my final thought. Do you all agree that in order to give quality care to someone, you need to take care of yourselves first. Yes. Isn't it in airplanes, parents are instructed to put on their oxygen mask first before putting on their child? Yes, so depression is a serious problem, and we should not ignore or run away from it. Also, PPD is not a reflection that one is a bad mother. As Heather James from Inspiring Mom said, motherhood is a lifetime commitment with its many twists and turns, ups and downs. Mothers have the inherent ability to ride the waves, brave the storms, and dare to bounce back with vengeance. Thank you.